Hello and welcome to another video. So, this video, as you can probably guess by looking at the screen, we're going to be looking at the looted wagons, the new vehicles for orcs, new maybe. Before we begin though, if you'd like to see more videos like these, then please grab your lobber, aim it at the subscribe button and destroy the bell button. And you'll never miss videos like these. Cool. So, we won't read all of this, but we'll have a little quick glance at it. Obviously, you can take screenshots in a minute. Basically, this is going to tell us, this is the main bit. Where is it? Tinkering, blah, blah, blah. This is the main, basically saying. Looted wagons are catch-all term and can cover any number of modified vehicles. There are three basic categories. Carts are mech-tinkered transport vehicles. Most often, they are made from the chassis of a Astra Militarum Chimera, Goliath truck, or Space Marine Rhino. They're ideal for getting the boys to the front line of combat as quickly as possible. The second category of looted vehicles is wagons, so sacrifices transport capacity in favour of larger weapon and thicker armour. The Lemurus battle tanks are the most common core for wagons. But orcs, good gosh, will try almost anything. The largest pilfered vehicles are battle fortresses. Mobile strongholds that bristle with weaponry, gun turrets and additional armour plates. They are frequently based on Imperial super heavy tanks such as Baneblade or Shadow Sword. And here we have a picture of a looted wagon, which is a Lemurus battle tank with a the turret for the battle wagon, and there's a big shooter. That looks like another big shooter and a big shooter on the side there. And obviously the lobber, I'm guessing, and some stick bomb thingamabobs. And then obviously you've got your usual dude hanging out the top with, is that another big shooter? No, it's his binoculars. So pretty cool. That just gives you a little insight as to what you can do. So this is the cart. Let's have a look at it. Weapon skill 5+, strength 6, toughness 7, 10 wounds, leadership 6, a 3+ save, and then it degrades slowly. Obviously the ballistic skill doesn't get much worse beyond the next one. 3 attacks, D3 attacks, 1 attack, and it moves slower each increment, which it falls. So it says is a single model armed with a big shooter, and this model can take up to 2 additional weapons from the following list: a big shooter or scorcher. So you could have 3, is that right? Yeah, 3 big shooters, or you could have a big shooter and 2 scorchers, you know, any flavour of which, but you could have 9 big shooter shots coming out. It says this model can take up to 6 shooters and a stick bomb launcher. Stick bomb launcher is kind of cool, but we'll have a little look. So obviously it mentioned the Chimera is possibly a base chassis for this, so we'll go out of this book. We will, honest, and we will have a look at this one. Hopefully it'll be on the Chimera, and it is. There we go. So a Chimera has 2 lasgun arrays, and each lasgun array has 3 shots, therefore 6 shots. So basically, as you can see on here, they've almost carbon copied, with the exception of the ballistic skill and a weapon skill being slightly better on the orc cart. We'll go back to the orc one. Chapter approved. Hopefully it'll be on the right page. Yes. Genius. Right. So effectively you can use a Chimera as your base, stick 6 shooters on, and you can have basically 3 big shooters too, and the stick bomb launcher can be fired once per battle, but it's pretty good. Get in close, 2d6 shots, cracking. I like it. Explodes, yeah, standard. Daka, that is the same, as far as I'm aware, as the main rule in the main codex. And we've got the big red button once per battle. At the start of the shooting phase, the driver of the cart can hit the inviting and mysterious red button mounted on his dashboard. When he does, roll a d3 on the table below to see what happens. Booster. That's number 1. Move this model 6 inches as if it were in your movement phase. Models cannot disembark from the vehicle before doing so. So you could advance possibly 18 inches and then hit the booster button and move an extra 6 inches. So you definitely get in there. Mordaka add 1 to the strength characteristic of this model's ranged weapons. So you can have strength 6 big shooters and strength 5 shooters, which is pretty cool. Auto welder. This model regains D3 wounds. So that's obviously in relation to the repair rule from the Rhino, but it's pretty cool in my opinion. It can take 10 flash gates, blah, 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 blah. Pretty much, my opinion, I like it. So I won't go on a rant for the full video, but I will say this. I'm a little bit annoyed that they have only done this in open play. I mean, I appreciate it could be imbalanced, overpowered, but what they could do is to stop people from using it in tournaments to abuse it. What they could do is they could just make the points slightly more than they should do. So let's say it was equal to 100 points for this model, or 112 points. They could make it up to 180 or 200 points, and then it would stop people who are too competitive and try and abuse the system. Only those people. There's not many people who are like that in my opinion, but you know, it'll stop abuse and people still be able to play the models that they've already converted, etc, etc, other than an open play. Because as far as I'm aware, most of the people I play against don't actually want to play open play because, I don't know, they just don't. You find people who do play it tend to abuse it. So, ran over for now, but I do like the cart. I like the prospect of using my guard tanks for an extra additional army. So Chimera, there we go. Move on to looted wagons. Now this one, the wagon, we have seen this in the past. As you can see, it is almost identical in stats, apart from the weapon skill as a Lehman Russ, and you also have a 5-up ballistic skill, and it doesn't get much worse beyond that. I mean, it does get worse, but it doesn't get much worse. So it says this one's armed with a big shooter as well, so you always get a big shooter. Then it says this model may take a kill cannon, lobber, or zap gun. And then it says this model replaces its big shooter with a scorcher or zap gun. So you can have 2 zap guns. Pretty cool. This model can take up to 2 additional weapons from the following list: big shooter, scorcher, rocket launcher. This model may take a stick bomb launcher. Do apologise. Technical difficulties there. This model may take a stick bomb launcher. Stick bomb launcher again, fired only once. Determine the result of them. Where's stick bomb launcher? Yeah, stick bomb launcher is kind of cool. Let's have a look. So how would I do it? I would probably give it the kill cannon. We'll have a look. Kill cannon, 24 inches, AD6, versus a lobber. Yeah, I'd probably go the kill cannon unless I was planning on sitting back and firing. At which point you could have 2 zap guns again, 2d6 strength, so could be anywhere between 2 and strength 12. Well, 11 plus, you don't make wound roll, you just cause 3 mortal wounds and 1 to you. Got plenty of wounds to go around. And we used to destroy it ourselves, but it's a pretty powerful gun at 36-inch range. So, again, we have the explodes and the Daka Daka rule. Mobile Fortress. This model ignores the penalty for moving and firing heavy weapons, so that is pretty damn good. Well, what can I say? I can't say it's literally good, so you can still move and fire with your kill cannon at 24 inches and not worry about it. Move it full 12 inches, 10 inches. I should know that. Shoot him again. This one will remain stationary or moves under half its speed in the movement phase. So in other words, 5 inches when it's at full wounds and going lower, bigger increments or less increments. You can fire twice with the following shoot phase with its kill cannon or lobber. So in other words, if you do take the zap gun, you can't fire twice. So with the zap gun, you would just move forward, just every time. So you could have a kill cannon and a zap gun, and then have you 2 rocket launchers or big shooters or scorchers. Don't know about whether maybe you could pick the scorcher, but you could just literally roll forward and burn them. Pretty cool. Big button. Again, it's the same rule. Obviously, adding monster strength would be pretty cool. It says modifier counts towards the result of the zap gun. So basically on a 10, you would get the, you don't have to make the wound roll, so it makes that more likely to happen. Yeah, so again, no whatchamacallits capacity, but we don't expect that. So again, you could get a cheap Lean Russ off the internet, make it look a bit orky. You don't have to properly hack it apart, but you could, and you would have a wagon ready to go. Power points of 11, which is the same as a Lean Russ, unless I'm mistaken, which might be 10, who knows, but it's pretty cool. I like it. Battle Fortress. So, as it said, it's pretty much the same chassis as a Baneblade, so you're getting similar stats. So I think the weapon skill is a 5+ on a Baneblade, or one of them anyway. And you get 26 wounds, toughness 8, strength 9, leadership 8, and a 3-up save. Awesome. It says this. Single Battle Fortress is single model with a def cannon, kill cannon, big shooter, twin big shooter, and crushing tracks. I like it. So the def cannon, we'll have a look, is 72-inch range, 3d6 shots. That is insane. Strength 10, -4 AP, d6 damage. What can I say? What more can you want as an orc who likes to shoot stuff? Then you also get the kill cannon. That is d6 shot, strength 8, 2, -2, 2 damage. Twin big shooter, we know that does a shooter crushing tracks, which are basically, as far as I'm aware, adamantine tracks. So strength user, strength 9, -2, d3 damage, which is pretty cool. You can replace its def cannon with a mega gatler. So you can have a mega gatler, 4d6 shots, basically auto cannon shots with 1 damage instead of 2, 4d6. So anywhere between 4, maths, Nicholas, come along, and 24 shots a turn. Pretty cool. Basically, I guess all these different weapons you could choose from. 2 sponsons or 4 sponsons. Each sponson is equipped with a zap gun or rocket launcher, and either twin big shooter or twin scotch. So you can have a rocket launcher and big shooters, or a zap gun and rocket launcher and twin big shooters as well. Battle Fortress can move back, blah blah blah, ignores moving and firing heavy weapons. So again, why wouldn't you move forward? Daka, all the usual extra 6s, so all them 6s, the juicy 6s, which get you more and more shots. It is insane. Once per battle, it's the standard there, except this time, it gains, if it's equipped with a mega gatler, it gains a transport keyword and can transport 30 flash kits or clan infantry. Each mega armor or jump pack takes the space of 2 of the models, so 15 mega armored knobs or models and jump packs. So if you give it the mega gatler. So if I'm honest, I like the def cannon. I think def cannon's probably better, but if you take the mega gatler, you can put your guys inside as well and give them pretty much the best protection you can almost get as an orc. The only downside with this one is if you don't get to fire twice, so effectively you're encouraged to move forward. You can have 4 scorchers on this thing, if not more. Yeah, right. 4 scorchers. 2 additional weapons. Oh yeah, so you could have 6 scorchers, which is pretty crazy because a scorcher is pretty cool. Yeah, that is insane. So I do like that. Again, that one's power level 29. I think some of the variants of the Baneblade are a power level of 30. Some are less, like 26, I think, depending on what you go for. But it's pretty cool. So if you haven't already, you can take a screenshot. Boom. We'll have a look at the next one. We'll zoom in a bit so you can see it a bit better. And boom. And one more again. Boom. So we'll have a quick look on the next page because it shows you how to conversions. Showing you effectively. So on this one they haven't put the tracks on, so they're building it from scratch. A standard brand new Lean Russ tank. Blah, blah, blah. So you could just buy one off eBay, a cheap one off eBay, and hack it apart. And as they've done on there, put a big shooter on there. You don't have to necessarily do the ammo feed. I like the way they've done that. They've literally put it straight into the heavy bolter turret. Nozzle? No, I don't know, gun speak. And that one's got 3 big shooters, the stick bomb launchers, and a kill cannon, I do believe, unless it's a lobber. Let's see if it's on the next page. Nope. We'll have a look at that in another video. But again, if you want to take a screenshot, boom, and boom. Let me know what you think down below. I mean, obviously we can go on a massive rant. Feel free to do that down below. I would love to, because I'm getting a Baneblade for my birthday in January. So I would love to be able to use all of my current tanks for my guard and my new Lehman Russ when I've actually glued it and painted it and everything, as a proxy for these models, which would be lovely in an open play game. Let me know if you guys have already done it already. Tell me how they perform. Is it worth it? I think I'm just interested in getting more use out of my models. I've already got a small orc force which I've left over from my previous page. So yeah, it would be nice. It'd be nice to get more use out of them. I think I'm probably more, what's the word? I just like the rolls for them. Honest, I'm quite intrigued with the cart, one with the 6 shooters, just because I like the shooters. Bit of a child in that respect. Where was I going with this? I was going somewhere with this. Yeah, so one positive thing that I like from this book and what they've done here is that they've made 3 different ones, so you don't have to just have a wagon. You don't have to have a Baneblade that's basically functionally like a Lehman Russ. Basically, they've thought of it and gone, right, there's 3 different sizes. There's 3 main tanks for the guard and other models that basically 3 different sizes, and took that into account to allow people to play. I do, however, feel it's kind of well, we don't want you to complain that we don't let you use your converted models, even though in previous Orc Codex, like the 3rd edition one, it's extensive about converting and such. And I do feel like it's a bit of a, just, well, without saying palming you off, like kind of palming you off, going, yeah, there you go, there's something you can do. However, as I said, I've already talked about a fix for that, is just putting the points up beyond, not insane levels, but like beyond competitive levels, and allow people to either play open play or matched play. And that would be lovely. But let's be honest, this is, Games Workshop nowadays is better than it used to be. So we're getting somewhere. We're just, I don't know if I'm entirely happy. Hopefully they'll change their mind and they'll bring them in and say, yep, you can use them in match play, here's the points for them. Which they could do. They could in fact do that. Then what they might do, I'm not like giving false hope to anyone, what they could do, just thought of this, by the way, that's why I'm going off on a bit of a tangent here. They could in fact go, right, well, we've seen a lot of models brought into this, that and the other, and we've seen how they play it, so we've given them this points level. It's not entirely uncommon for them to do that in the past, so let's hope they do. If not, I would like to have at least one game where my orcs have looted the guard tanks, which would be pretty cool. So we're going to leave it there, guys. I've already said, comments down below. Thank you for watching. Thank you for staying till the end, and enjoy yourselves.